Hannah Smith.
Here.
Sade Fashakun. Nikosi Nelson. Trish Bodie.
Here.
Paul Gautier. Gloria Gonzalez de Lucia.
Here.
Laura Marquez.
Here. It is 6:15 p.m. and with the quorum of the board present, I call this meeting of the Leander ISD Board of Trustees to order. It is my pleasure to welcome Emerson Miller and Leighton Miller from Fabian Elementary 3rd and 4th graders to lead us in the pledge tonight. Whenever y'all are ready, you may take it away.
Please stand and join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence. Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you so much, Emerson and Leighton, for leading us in the pledge tonight. Up next, we're excited to shine a spotlight on learning on Fabian Elementary School. Y'all come up.
All right. Good evening, Madam President, trustees, and Dr. Clark. So excited to see you this evening. I am Stacy Cordell, proud principal of Fabian Elementary, and I get to spend all my days with these beautiful Panthers in front of you, who are going to share some writing with you today. With it being our 50th birthday and our final year at Fabian, we have really reflected a lot on the legacy of Fabian, and what better way to reflect and to process than through writing. So I have my instructional coach here with me who's going to introduce herself and share a little bit about a writing experience we had campus-wide that led us to have these 5 individuals with you today.
Thank you, Ms. Cordell. I'm Stephanie Reese, the instructional coach at Fabian. Our teachers empowered our beautiful writers here to reflect on their time at Fabian by providing a variety of prompts and scaffolds and even the different media types that they would like to choose from. We then shared their writing at a vertical PLC meeting. It was such a beautiful PLC meeting because it was just all joy. The students were able to share in their own words the people, the memories, and the small moments that have made Fabian their home. Tonight we selected a few of them to come read their writing so that you can hear a beautiful piece of the Fabian story right from our beautiful students. Oh, and we're starting with Sandra.
Hello, my name is Sandra, and I'm a student in Miss Corona's 3rd grade class. I would like to share with you something I wrote. Reasons I'm thankful for Fabian. What I like about Fabian is that there are kind people in this school. Second, what I like about Fabian is that when you need help, there's help when you need it. Also, teachers are nice, helpful, caring, and kind to everybody. In our school, there is something for everyone. Fabian is my favorite school and will always be my favorite school in my heart. Nothing will replace it and never will. Now I'd like to read to you an acrostic poem I wrote. F is for family, A is for awesome, U is for unique, B is for beautiful, I is for inspiring, O is for ongoing love, N is for no place for hate. It's not goodbye, it's just see you later at the end of the path. Hi, my name is Grace Bucher, and I'm a student in Miss Badaluna's 4th grade class. I'm proud to be a Panther because, written by Grace. Every day, the staff makes the school a safe and encouraging environment to learn and grow. For instance, when someone is in front of the class to do a math problem or answer a question on how energy is present in an object, we cheer on each other quietly and say, "You got this," or "Good luck." And after that person is done, sometimes we clap for them and say, "Good job." But if they get an answer wrong, we say, "Good try," or "You did good." Fabian has created a lot of memories for us all that we will remember forever. Some memories I have are when I sang in the Veterans Day Choir proudly wearing red, white, and blue. Another memory I have is when I was starting kinder and I was taking a tour of Fabian. The school felt so big and different from what I was used to. It's funny to think about it now because everyone has been so kind and helpful, and we are actually a little school with huge hearts for Fabian and each other. I know that our book is not ending, it's just the end of the chapter. Hello, my name is Nova, and I am a student in Miss Corona's 3rd grade class. I would like to share with you something I wrote. Thank you, Fabian, by Nova de Leon. Thank you, Fabian, for helping me to learn the very best that I can. You led me all the way from kindergarten to 3rd grade. You showed me kindness and happiness, and you showed me love when I needed it the most. I had a really fun time at Fabian. I love my friends, and they will always be a part of me, and so will Fabian. I love this school, and no other school can replace you. I will never forget you. Thank you, Miss Cordell, Miss Anderson, and Miss Clarissa. I will miss y'all. You're the best. Thank you again, Fabian, for everything you've done for me. Once a Panther, always a Panther. Now it's time to pounce away.
Hello, my name is Isaac, and I am a 5th grader at Fabian. Fabian's legacy is that they helped us to grow and learn. They helped us find what we wanted to do and helped us when we struggled. Fabian helped us with writing, science, reading, math, and social studies. Another thing special about Fabian are our specials teachers, who made specials interactive and inclusive for all. I am thankful for the experience and the kindness of the teachers and friendships I have made. All in all, this is what makes Fabian's legacy special. Thank you, Fabian, for all you have done for me and for us all.
I'm going to add a little something before Alyssa goes because it's something super cool. I just want y'all to know about her. At Fabian, also, all of our kids have goals that they've set for themselves. Her personal goal, in a minute you're going to hear she's a beautiful writer. Her personal goal is public speaking. So you're about to watch her live her goal out in front of you guys. So I just wanted to make that plug before you listen to her beautiful writing.
Good evening, President Smith and members of the board. My name is Alyssa Adori. I am a 5th grader at Ada Mae Fabian Elementary, and like many students there, I have spent the majority of my life within the walls of a school that is now preparing to close its doors. I stand here today to offer a tribute to a place that has been one of the cornerstones of Cedar Park for thousands of students in all of its 50 years. Our school's namesake, Ada Mae Fabian, was a legendary educator who dedicated 39 years to teaching. She was known for her loyalty and for putting students first. For 5 decades, Fabian Elementary has done exactly that. While the building has changed over the years, the spirit inside has remained the same. While many of us are sad that our second home is closing, we are incredibly proud to be part of this legacy. We are the last Panthers to walk those halls, but we aren't just leaving a building behind. Fabian taught us kindness and perseverance, lessons that have forever changed us. Fabian is not merely a facility, it is a tapestry of memories woven together by the dedication of our teachers and the vibrant friendships we have formed. The thought of our school being repurposed brings a sense of melancholy, but it also fills me with a resolute pride. We have been the beneficiaries of a unique and nurturing environment where every student is known and valued. As we prepare to transition to new schools, we will carry the Fabian way with us. As our teachers always say, once a Panther, always a Panther. No matter where we go, we will always be proud to have been part of this small, strong community. Fabian Elementary has been a beacon to all students who wish to feel like they are part of a well-knit community. Indeed, a little school with a big heart, Fabian has been a place where students of all cultures can come together and learn how to be helpful, kind individuals who are welcoming to students coming from all backgrounds. Though our building's chapter is concluding, our aspirations remain undaunted. Thank you for your stewardship and for honoring the enduring heart of the Fabian Panthers.
Thank you for having us tonight. I hope you enjoyed hearing the stories and words straight from our Panthers.
Thank you so much, Alyssa, Isaac, Nova, Grace, and Sandra, for coming up here and being brave and reading us your stories. This is our favorite part of the night, so thank you. Now, board members, our other favorite part of the night is taking pictures with y'all. Parents, if you'd like, you can meet Daniel right here, and you can come take pictures right in the front. Thank you so much, Fabian, for doing our Spotlight on Learning tonight. We really, really appreciate it. Next, board members, we will head to citizens' comment portion of our agenda, and before I invite the first speaker to the microphone, we'll watch a short introductory video.
Hello, my name is Devin Kim. I'm a junior at Rouse High School. The district and the Board of Trustees are the local government body responsible for serving the educational needs of all school children like me and my friends here in Leander Independent School District. Their mission is to cultivate each individual student while creating a safe and supportive environment. The board is now taking up the citizen comment agenda item. This is dedicated time during the meeting to hear from the whole community, and the entire LISD family is listening. The district believes the Leander family thrives when we ensure a welcoming, safe, and caring environment. To our speakers, before you speak, we hope you have read guidelines specified in Board Operating Procedures and BED Local. The board wants to hear from everyone. Please be mindful of your conduct and the example you are choosing to set when presenting complex information. Remember that school children of all ages may participate in board meetings, either by watching them online, or you might even see some of us in the audience. Still remember that there are other ways you can communicate with the board. You can send them an email, or just tell them that you would like to chat sometime. When the board president calls your number, remember, watch the timer and focus your remarks to the time allotted. We know it can be hard, but please conclude your comments when you hear the chime.
Tonight we have 6 speakers, and if I can have speakers 1 through 6 to please form a line behind the microphone, so when you're ready to speak, when your number is called. And speaker number 1, don't see speaker number 1. All right, no speaker number 1. We will go now with speaker number 2.
Hi, everyone. I'm about to write another round of letters to my state representatives about student allotment. Specifically, I am requesting that student allotment appear on the 2027 list of items for discussion at the state legislative session. This session will begin on January 1st, 2027. I encourage others in Leander ISD to join me in writing 4 letters to the governor, the lieutenant governor, and to your own elected state senator and state representative about student allotment. Inflation has greatly impacted costs since the most recent student allotment increase in 2019. Previously, student allotment was increased every 4 years, but now 7 years have passed without an increase, and many of those years had elevated inflation. To many people, this is a bipartisan issue. Presenting this as a bipartisan issue will help emphasize the critical nature of student allotment for even the most successful public schools in Texas.
Thank you, speaker number 2. Speaker number 3.
Good evening, members of the board, and thank you for your time and service to our district. I'd like to encourage continued discussion with our community around the proposed budget amendments that would remove specials programs from schools that are very close to the enrollment threshold needed to retain them. Please reconsider not counting pre-K students toward overall campus enrollment. These students are a part of our school communities, and including them could make a meaningful difference for campuses just below the threshold. Thoughtful redistricting that better aligns neighborhoods and with nearby schools could also help close small enrollment gaps that determine whether campuses keep full-time performing and fine arts programming. While we hear that no programs are being cut, access will be reduced. Fewer specialists means fewer opportunities for students and significantly larger workloads for teachers, risking the loss of talented educators to neighboring districts. A threshold of 500 may simply be too high. At Cypress, a campus with 4 full classes per grade, losing 2 specialist teachers just doesn't make sense. You've shown our community that you listen and you thoughtfully reconsider when concerns are raised. Please continue that approach so our schools have the tools they need to serve students for years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, speaker number 3. Speaker number 4.
Hi, I'm Ruth Heisel. This is the first time I've lived in this district for over 50 years. This is the first time I've spoken at Citizens' Comments. So, to the board, the members of the Board of Trustees, I'm here to express my strong support for preserving the Fabian name on the current school building. The Fabian name represents more than bricks and mortar. It reflects a significant part of the community's history, the generations of families who have passed through the halls, the values of dedication and education and service that continues to guide us today. Changing the name would risk erasing an important link from the past to the present. The name Fabian has become a symbol of pride for our students, alumni, and neighbors alike. It serves as a reminder of our shared legacy and the foundation upon which our future success is built. I urge the board to consider the profound meaning of the name that holds so many memories. By keeping Fabian name, we honor the history of those who came before us and to reaffirm our commitment to preserving the identity that unites our school community. Thank you.
Thank you, speaker number 4. Speaker number 5.
What she said. My name is Christy Diver. I am a former alumni of Fabian. I attended Fabian as an elementary student. I, as Ms. Heisel, are both on the Legacy Committee. And although we agree about the naming of the ECC, which you'll have that on your agenda tonight, her name going home to that property, her name is, I got to keep it together, also has roots in our community. She sat in the library in 1978 and read. I understand it's a business decision, but it's emotional. It's about people, and there's a lot of history and roots in our community in Cedar Park where that school has been for 50 years. So as you consider, I know you're going to name have that conversation about the ECC, but also keeping that history within Cedar Park and with those students. And this is the second time I've spoken, the second time I've cried up here. But she's a special person, and they say her spirit haunts the hallways, and I believe that. I honestly, when we had our, so please consider keeping the name in some way, shape, or form and in Fabian and in Cedar Park.
Thank you, speaker number 5. Speaker number 6.
Good evening. I'm James Dean. I want to thank all of you for your service, the staff as well. It's a lot of work, a lot of hard work, and a lot of long hours, and we greatly appreciate it. I especially appreciate the comments of one of the earlier speakers encouraging people to write to the elected officials and encourage pay increases for our teachers and our staff and increasement to public school allotments. But we're going to have elections this year, and we need to look at those public officials and those people running for our elective office and see if they've been supporting our public school teachers and our public schools. Very important. I am obviously a gay person, and I want to speak out to all of the trans and queer students and parents and families in the audience. Things get better. I know it's tough right now, but stay in school, keep working at it. The future is inclusive, and you can do anything and everything that you set your mind and heart to doing. I also want to mention that this is Women's History Month. I'm glad that we have so many women in our trustee board and our staff, but I also want to mention there are a lot of trans women, a lot of non-binary and gender fluid women that have shaped our history as well. Thank you all, and have a great evening.
Thank you, speaker number 6. And that concludes our citizen comments for tonight. Board members, we have a change in our agenda, and we will now go into closed session. It is 6:37 p.m. and the board will now go into closed session for the purposes permitted by Texas Government Code 551071, consultation with attorney regarding pending or contemplated litigation or attorney-client privilege matter. Texas Government Code 551074, personnel deliberation regarding resignations, terminations, employment, reassignments, duties, and evaluation of personal public officers. Texas Government Code 5510821, deliberation regarding matters whereby personal identifiable information regarding one or more students will be disclosed. And Texas Government Code 551074, deliberation regarding superintendent contract candidates, finalists, and possible superintendent contract terms. No action will be taken in closed session. Any action related to closed session agenda items will be taken during open session. It is 7:03 p.m. and the board is returning to open session. Board members, do you have any motions related to closed session agenda items?
I move that the Board of Trustees name Dr. Chris Clark as a lone finalist for the superintendent position.
Second.
A motion from Trish, a second from Laura. Any discussion? That'll be for me. I just want to take this moment to just say thank you, board members, for being along in this ride. I know it's been an interesting 6 months. I want to say thank you to administration for guiding us through this process. When we went down this process, this board dreamed big, and we had big dreams of going national. Little did we know our leader was in our district. And so, Chris, I'd like to say thank you for stepping up and leading during what has been a very interesting time in our district. Your steady leadership and commitment to our students, staff, and community have not gone unnoticed. Why am I shaking and want to cry? Leander ISD, like districts across Texas, is navigating a lot of change right now. But I feel confident knowing the direction we're headed under your leadership with this amazing board members. I believe you'll help us reimagine what the next chapter of public education can look like for our students, and I'm looking forward to continue servicing with you. Thank you. Oh wait, no, y'all, can I have a motion, a second, and I need a vote. All in favor? 7 ayes, motion passes. Congratulations, Dr. Clark.
Super embarrassing.
Super embarrassing.
I think the only thing worse than having somebody sing happy birthday to you is having a bunch of people clap for you and stand up while you're there. It's I do appreciate that so much. Told myself I wasn't going to do that. So, Madam President, members of the board, and to the Leander ISD community, I wrote a lot, and I'm getting through this, I promise. Thank you for the trust that you have placed in me, and I accept this role not just as a professional honor, but as a commitment to 42,000 students who attend school every day in this district, 5,600 staff members who choose to work here, and the families of those students and the families of those staff members. And last but definitely not least, to the taxpayers who support this district. Over the last 3 months as your acting superintendent, I've seen incredible resilience in this district. We've faced some significant challenges, specifically with our budget. Yet, in the face of those pressures, I've observed a learning community that remains deeply invested in the success of our children while striving to make financially sound decisions on behalf of the residents whose tax dollars enable us to provide this education to our students. As we begin to transition as we begin to exit this period of transition, I'd like to share some commitments to the community that makes up Leander ISD. To this Board of Trustees, I assure you that I'm committed to this team of 8 that's anchored in the shared goals we're developing together to ensure that all students in our district reach higher levels of academic performance. I'm committed to ensuring that communication is clear and organized in a way that allows you to focus on governance and make decisions as a board. I'm committed to listening and understanding your concerns. I bolded this next sentence. While pushing your thinking. Throughout my career, I've learned that trust is earned in drops, but it's lost in buckets. And I'm committed to earning every drop of your trust individually, but as a board, and hope that you never have to find yourself looking for a bucket. To the principals, teachers, cafeteria workers, bus drivers, police officers, all the different roles in our schools who serve and work directly with students and families every day. From my perspective, you're the heroes and the backbone of this school district, and I admire each and every one of you. Find myself in awe of the work that you do every time I set foot on a campus in this district. What I commit to you is that I'm going to lead a central office administrative team that will be visible in the schools and work to remove as many barriers as we possibly can so you can focus solely on the needs of our students. And I commit to considering and listening to your feedback with the hope that you understand that sometimes I may not be able to do what you ask, but that doesn't mean that your input and feedback was not valued and considered. To our communities, to community members and parents, I commit to transparency and communication that informs you in a timely manner. And most importantly, I commit to fostering a professional learning community in LISD that's focused on doing everything we can to meet the needs of your children and keep them safe when you entrust us to care for them. To the district leaders and staff, you've heard me say many times over the last 3 months that I believe our role at central office is to serve and support those that work at the schools. But that does not mean that your roles are not vitally important to the success of this district. So to you, I commit to working side by side so your expertise is valued and impacts this district in a positive way. Every obstacle that we remove at the district level for teachers and principals and school-based staff allows them to give more attention to the young people we're educating. I cannot think of a job more noble than serving and supporting those who serve and support our students. A few years ago, I was the recipient of a great blessing that changed my life, and it was really simple. I realized that my problems became small when I chose to serve others. Approaching my work this way made my life so much more joyful. My hope for all of those people that I just recognized and talked to and committed to, I hope for you that you realize that same joy through a commitment to serving others in this noble work that we do. In this audience are some of my family members. First of all is my wife. She does not love attention, so I'm not going to call her out. She's the best thing that ever happened to me. Online, I know one of my kids is watching because he texted me, but I think both of them are probably watching. I appreciate you, Ford and Grace. My brother, your siblings are the only people who know you your entire life. My brother has known me my entire life. And I appreciate him being here with his wife and family tonight. Madam President, I appreciate the time to speak to this board and the community, and I'm grateful for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Clark. I mean, you made Gloria cry tonight. Gloria doesn't cry, y'all. All right, we're going to do something a little different than before, so let me read my script, and then y'all will know what the next directions are. It is 7:11 p.m., and we're going to take a 30-minute recess. Those in attendance this evening are invited to join us in the Geiger Center for a brief reception to congratulate Dr. Clark as our new superintendent of schools. Tonight's meeting will reconvene in 30 minutes when we get over there. It is 7:49 p.m. and we have returned from our break. We will now move to consent agenda. Board members, do you have any motions related to consent agenda items?
I make a motion to move the consent agenda items as presented. Second.
Motion from Gloria, second from Laura. All in favor? 7 ayes, motion passes. Passes, wow, thank you. Next, thank you so much for all your hard work. Thank you, Safe Alliance. Next, we will now move to 6A1, discussion and consider approval of naming of Early Childhood Center. I love this energy tonight. We need some more cheerleaders at board meetings. Whenever you're ready, take it away.
Sure, thank you. Good evening, Madam President, members of the board, Dr. Clark. Tonight, we are sharing an update on the work completed up to this point on the naming of the Early Childhood Center. So we started this work as early as October of last year. And in the process of our work, the board approved the consolidation of Fabian Elementary at its December 17th meeting. At the January 22nd board meeting, the board expressed the desire to reestablish the name at the Early Childhood Center and directed administration to then explore it. The district then established a transition committee for the Fabian school community, which included a legacy subcommittee to help preserve and carry forward the history of the Fabian elementary community and to honor the life and lasting contributions of Ada Mae Fabian. As we heard earlier today by our youngest leaders, Ada Mae was a lifelong educator and a member of one of the founding families of the Leander and Cedar Park communities. So district administration first sought and received permission from the Fabian family to pursue this idea. And then I presented to the Legacy Committee during its first meeting on February 26th. The committee did express at the time their support for this concept. Now I want to share a couple of items with you that I did share with this committee that I think you'll find some insights in. One of the things that we did learn through this conversation with the Fabian family is just how deeply connected their history is to the actual site of the Early Childhood Center. At one time, the family owned more than 500 acres in Leander, stretching from the South San Gabriel River on the north to Brushy Creek on the south. And it was known at that time as Oak Grove Farm. In fact, Oak Grove Road, which still exists today, is a remnant of that family farm. So when I shared the site map of the Early Childhood Center, we then realized that the Early Childhood Center sits on what was once a Fabian family homestead, specifically a family field where they used to grow hay and plant corn. Ada Mae Fabian's grandson, Kern, described this realization as a powerful moment in seeing how the past and the present are coming together in such a meaningful way. Now, I also had the opportunity to speak with Ada Mae's granddaughter, Kara Folks, who I also learned was my youngest baby's pre-K teacher over at Leander UMC. So it was such a delight to be able to reconnect with her and for her to be able to share her sentiments as well. So I'm going to share that with you as well. As a person who taught in a church preschool setting for 12 years with kids this same age, I find it such a wonderful honor that her name would be continued in this way. We attended the 50th anniversary of Fabian Elementary in November, and we felt that this was potentially going to be goodbye to her legacy in the district. Of course, we held out hope that something would come up to continue it, but for it would be something first of its kind, is beautiful, is absolutely beautiful. I'm the only family member in my entire family that didn't have her as a teacher in elementary. She taught my mom, dad, and both of my brothers. However, her teachings reached far beyond the school. She was a classy lady who taught so much to us as her grandchildren. She was an eternal, gracious, loving teacher in her life, and I would love to see her legacy as a pre-K and ELE center. It would be a truly wonderful and special idea. Furthermore, as a district, administration wanted to also explore philosophically the difference between what we're calling a center versus what we traditionally know as schools. I think for us administration and the early childhood team, it was important to recognize that the professionals who work there are actually educators, and the work that's happening there is education, not childcare. So in terms of what we're offering as well, the school resembles the experiences a child would receive when they are there. So it is not a daycare, in competing with other daycares, it is truly a school. So in speaking with the early childhood team, they would prefer to call it a school for early childhood. So tonight, I ask you to consider Ada Mae Fabian School for Early Childhood for the name of the building located at the southwest corner of Halsey Road and San Gabriel Parkway in Leander, Texas. Under board policy CW Local, the board has authority to name or rename any district facility, property, or fixture, and any new building shall be renamed or named for one of the following: historical or geographical site or community, deceased significant individual, a local, state, or national historical event or place, a significant state or national figure, or a person who has made a significant contribution to education in the district. And with that, I'll open it up to any questions you might have.
Well, thank you so much, Christina, for putting together this committee. I know what that's like and this whole process. I know the board's going to be talking about this policy soon. So with that said, I know the board tasked administration to go look at this. We closed the school. It's the first time we've ever done this, and I know we wanted to find a way to honor, Fabian. And I can't speak for most of the board, but, a lot of these districts have gone through the school closures, and that name does get erased from that building, that legacy and what that stood for. And so I'm really excited to see possibly that this Fabian name live on, but most importantly, live on at an early childhood center. And so with that said, board members, I'll open the floor.
I'd like to make a motion to name our Leander ECC, which we're not going to call ECC anymore, but my motion is to call the Early Childhood Center Ada Mae Fabian School for Early Childhood.
Second. A motion from Gloria, a second from Sade. Any discussion, board members? No discussion. All in favor? 7 ayes, motion passes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Christina, and congratulations. Wow, we are now to our last agenda item, board members. It is 6B1, Conduct Election Service Center Region 13 Board of Directors election for Place 5. All right, I'm going to read this little script. I know this is something new for some of us, so just bear with me. As noted in the board agenda letter, Education Service Center Region 13 recently notified us that 2 board of director positions are up for election this year. Place 2 is uncontested and 2 candidates are running for place 5 position. Resumes for the place 5 candidates were included in the posted agenda. At this time, I'd like to invite Cindy to distribute the ballot so that each board member may cast their vote. Once you've completed your ballot, please place it in the envelope provided and seal it. Cindy then will collect the envelopes and mail them to ESC Region 13. All right, board members, once you've completed your ballot, please raise it, put it at the edge so Cindy can collect it. Oh my goodness. All right, everyone did your ballot? We're great, awesome. It is 7:59 p.m. and having no further business, this meeting of the Leander ISD Board of Trustees is adjourned.